Alright guys, welcome to the video today. So in this video, we're going to be doing a Crucible or PvP first look for the B-29 party favor. Now, I don't really have to do much research on it. You can kind of tell by the Dolphins theme going on that it is a PvP or Crucible vendor weapon. And I'm not quite sure what the vendor one has on it, but it wasn't strong enough for me to take a serious look at it and buy it. So I'm assuming it's not that great. I'll take a second look at it and I'll correct myself on screen if it is a pretty good roll. But if there's no corrections, then you can kind of have the safe assumption that it's not the best roll out there. I happen to get Third Eye, Sure Shot, Outlaw, and Brace Frame on mine. Brace Frame is a staple, at least in my opinion, for all pulse rifles. It's kind of similar to Rifled Barrel in the fact that if you don't have it on your weapon, yes, it's still going to perform and you can still do pretty well, but it's definitely not going to perform at the level that it would if it had Brace Frame on it. The thing to note about this gameplay is that for the most part, when I've been playing with this thing for the past week or so, I've been on a shortage for some supplies, and I actually didn't end up leveling Third Eye until recently today. So I had a lot of experience without Third Eye on it. Would this change my gameplay? Perhaps a little bit. Definitely knowing where someone is coming for before you shoot your shots is a good thing to note on this weapon, because it generally has like really low magazine size. I believe 21 or 24 is the default, but with Brace Frame, the effective Brace Frame is you get a lot of stability, but it takes out from your magazine size. So if you're noticing on the bottom right corner of the screen or the bottom left corner of the screen, I don't have a lot of ammo, and it's just not really the greatest weapon for picking up one or more kill or two or more kills. One kill is kind of the sweet spot for it. It's really good for one-on-ones. I love the Sure Shot sight. The recoil pattern on it is really manageable, and just the sight overall feels very precise. But I have to say the only thing that I really don't like about this weapon is the whole Brace Frame thing. Outlaw is an amazing perk if you can get your headshot kills with, for the most part, when you're using a pulse, especially this archetype. If you're unaware, this is the same archetype as Hawksaw and Blind Perdition. Both are very dominant pulse rifles. So are you better off using this thing or using a Hawksaw? It all depends on roles. PvP has come down to a very legendary based game. Previously in 1.0 we had a lot of exotic play, so all these weapons that were super good originally were pretty much accessible to everyone, and a lot of people had a Thorn, a Last Word, a Hawk Moon, whatever. But in this case, you have to be really lucky with getting a good roll on the weapon. And that's not to say that if you don't have Brace Frame on a Hawksaw, it will be bad. In fact, I'm pretty sure that the first ever 2 Hawksaws sold by the Crucible vendor were actually without Brace Frame. So it's not the biggest deal breaker, at least for me. There's a lot of different options that allow you to have more range and stability. I think Small Bore is the one that does that. So, Brace Frame isn't the only solution. I just happen to roll with the set of perks that I prefer. I've always loved Outlaw as a perk. It doesn't really matter for me. I load it on snipers, pulses, scouts, hand cannons, whatever you have. I've always loved it on that weapon. Outlaw as a perk for me has always been my preference, and I'll continue to love it forever. And the thing that makes it so good on this roll is you could have rolled for something like Feeding Frenzy, which, although it's going to help you reload more consistently at a higher speed, meaning you get that reload speed bonus on every single kill, having Outlaw with a pulse, like I said earlier, it's generally pretty easy to aim, and a lot of your kills are going to be headshots with it. If you can get that, increased reload speed to that next degree, it's going to be a little bit faster than Feeding Frenzy, maybe not as consistent, but if you can get that first headshot kill, pop behind cover, get the reload off, and then pre-aim, you can look ahead of time with Third Eye and go for that next guy. It just works really well for me, and I was surprised at how usable it was and how strong it felt. So I was using it in a doubles GB game. I was playing with Inspire. I whipped it out on Bannerfall and did really well with it. It's just a really fun gun to use. I don't really like doing Crucible reviews for weapons that aren't, available to everyone. Obviously, you can get this weapon, but the rolls on it aren't going to be consistent because the vendor ones aren't too great, and mine came from just a random package. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do get one and you see it, pop up in your Postmaster, or you open some sort of package and it shows up, don't just throw it away, at first glance, and inspect it, see if it has Brace Frame on it, and if it has a few strong complementary perks, then go ahead and try using it, because it's actually pretty strong when you give it a chance, man. It's really good. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you have any suggestions for videos in the future, then leave those in the comment section below. I did want to say thank you really quickly. The last video I posted where I was playing Destiny in the beta got a ton of positive feedback, and I saw that you guys liked the outro that I made in Paint. So I think that's going to be the consistent, outro. You don't have to be professional. I drew it up in Paint. It's a Picasso piece. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode or the next video, whatever I do. Hope to see you guys next time. Peace.